Yeah, hopefully so. I tried to estimate about where my audio was last time, but if I'm like crazy loud again, I can always tweak it. Yeah, late edition here, and we'll see how that affects everything going forward. Maybe we'll see some early like balance shift, somebody getting a strong win early on that we didn't think would happen. Who knows what ramifications this might have down the way. Yep. Yeah, and Dead Piece looking to bounce back from a first round exit in the tournament. So this will be an interesting one. Both these guys looking for their first win in the SWA.
Making his way to the ring from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 276 pounds, Dennis.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that's bad because you've been doing most of the talking. Well, yeah, so as we were saying, we had a late addition here, originally announced 6 matches on this card, and this first match is actually a very late addition. It's the 7th match between Deuce Bennett and Dead Piece. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it should be back on my end. Hopefully the audience there can confirm, but yeah, Dead Piece had a tough draw in the tournament. He was the first match ever in SWA and was also the first person eliminated from the tournament, going up against eventual champion Warren Wyndham.
Indeed, yeah. And I mean, Wyndham sort of steamrolled through the competition to take the belt, so you can't blame anybody for thinking maybe he deserves another shot. Thankfully, we've got a good amount of time here to tweak the audio since Dead Piece takes 4 years to get to the friggin' ring.
Yeah, he does like to milk it for sure, and he's being courteous to us as we sort out our audio issues.
Weighing in at 210 pounds, Dead.
The ominous stare from Dead Piece after making his way to the ramp.
Yeah, and I mean he's got something to prove tonight. I'm interested to see where it'll go, but he's certainly got something to prove. As does Deuce Bennett. I mean, both these guys looking to make their name early on here, show why they deserve to be part of this federation.
Yeah, it's a good bounce back opportunity for Dead Piece, and of course you always want to jump right out with a win if you're Deuce Bennett in a debut. So Dead Piece will be looking to play spoiler here, and yeah.
So, what do we think here on this matchup? How do they sort of match up against one another?
Well, we've got a significant size difference with the heavyweight Bennett versus the light heavyweight Piece. We're talking about 66 pounds between the two, and that strength on display there as Bennett just immediately goes to work, tossing him over the shoulder there.
Yeah, but I mean, not a significant height difference, really. A few inches. Looks like what, about 3-4 inches? I mean, not too crazy. We'll see if maybe Dead Piece has got some speed to make up for the power game differential.
Yeah, and for Bennett, it's about what you'd expect from a heavyweight, sort of stout build. It's a lot more physical. Dead Piece is the a bit more of a technician. He's going to look for some submission holds, maybe a sleeper hold. That's more his game. Bennett's going to be looking to use the power a little bit more to see, if he can just kind of overpower, outwill Dead Piece here.
Yeah, he does like to throw his enemies around. We've seen that his sort of signature ways to end out a match are a lot of sort of throwing you up in the air and letting you land really hard. And so I think that sort of power approach may spell bad things for Dead Piece here, who fell victim to a very similar approach in Warren Wyndham. And he's looking to struggle here early. I mean, Bennett's really seemed to have got control of this match, but Piece showing he's still aware, seeing what's going on. Let's see if he can hang in there.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit out. He tries to take a breather here, but Bennett's right behind him, hot on the tails. I don't know if he's going to get much out of that, and he's thrown right back into the ring. Not the start that Dead Piece is looking for here. Some said he had the unfortunate draw of going up against Wyndham, and maybe his bad showing, if you want to call it that, wasn't quite on him. But he's going to have to show a little bit more here against Bennett if he's going to really buck that perception. Yeah,
I mean, this is a slow start for Dead Piece. He can't really seem to get anything going, and meanwhile, Deuce Bennett really starting strong. Good showing to begin the match. He's not letting up. He's not letting Dead Piece get a breather, which is a wise approach, I think. You got to keep the pressure on when you have momentum.
Yeah, and Piece seems really trying to get himself. I don't know if he's got the early match jitters or something. He's trying to get the fans on the side. He's trying to catch his breath, and Bennett's really the one staying the aggressor, taking the offense right to him, and as he goes for a cover here, see if he's done enough.
Not going to do it. I mean, it's a little early even for someone like Dead Piece. I think he's going to want to do more than that. Dead Piece looking to get something going here in the corner, and he still can't connect. Big spine buster there.
Powerful move. That could be it for Piece. But he
Not
kicks
quite.
out too. Still hanging in there, but yeah, that's a devastating move there from Bennett, and the kind of offense he's going to be looking to employ to finish this match. And he's setting him up here. What's Bennett looking for?
That's going to be the end of Heartache right there, right on the back.
Could be the end of the night for Dead Piece as the ref goes down for the count. He's got 2 and 3, and Deuce Bennett has a win in his debut.
It's a strong showing by Bennett. I mean, just right out of the gate, was on the front foot and never really let up. I mean, Dead Piece looked rocked, and he was trying to create some space, trying to get a breather, try to get his head right. But I don't know, maybe he's still reeling from the loss in the tournament. Who knows what? But he needs something else to get him going.
Yeah, that end of heartache, spine buster kind of combination really just sealed the deal for him. And I don't know, he's going to need something to shake up the rough start to his career so
Here's your
far.
winner, Bennett.
Oh, and what's this? Diego Mercer running in to attack Deuce Bennett here.
The Phoenix from the back is out to. I don't know if he's after Deuce Bennett or if he's here to defend Dead Peace. And he's
Got the
locked in a
arm
submission
Man.
that Bennett taps out of, but it's not an official match.
Yeah, this is with that pop-up drop kick busts him open.
Busted Bennett right open. And what is Diego Mercer doing here? What a way to kick off the show. Not exactly what we expected to see. A big win for Bennett, but it's spoiled by Diego Mercer, the Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, could we be seeing an alliance here between Dead Peace and Diego Mercer? I mean, these two, maybe share some affinities. Both perhaps underperformed a little bit at the tournament. So maybe they're looking to band together and make something of themselves.
The opportunity could be there, or is there just bad blood between Diego Mercer and Deuce Bennett? We'll be keeping an eye on that as we move forward in SWA, but what a way to kick off the night.
Yeah, that was a hot start.
Takes us right into our second match, though. No time wasted here in SWA as we've got Tomio Yamaguchi and El Puma. A couple of people who drew a loss in their first, matchups in the tournament. And Puma to Diego Mercer, who we just saw come out, and Yamaguchi with a loss to Pain Wrecker in the first round of the tournament. But both with not bad showing, just kind of came out on the wrong side of the win-loss there.
Yeah, and I think Puma in particular, he really controlled that match. I think pretty much everyone thought that was going to go his way, and then it didn't happen right at the end. So it'll be curious to see if he can keep that from happening again. Because having that happen twice is not a great way to start your run here in the SWA.
From Kobe, Japan.
Yeah, it's a good chance for one of these two to really prove themselves here in the SWA earlier, get a win under their belt and a little bit of momentum on their side. What you don't want to do is fall down 0-2, and one of these two could right here and find themselves, even further down the power rankings as we look forward to see who's going to kind of make their way to the top of the card and who's going to maybe contend for a chance at Warren Wyndham's SWA championship.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, neither of these guys are quite to that level yet, but you got to start somewhere, and I think both of them are looking to right the ship here. As we said, they both had first round losses, but not definitive losses. Both of these guys looked good, had a decent showing. I think this is both of them looking to sort of right the ship, gain a little bit of control over their own destiny.
Yeah, and for it's a little bit similar in terms of style, and that like Yamaguchi in this match, might be looking for a little bit more technical submission offense, sort of what we expected to see, but never really got to see from Dead Peace in the last match. And then counter to that, Puma, not the powerhouse of like Deuce Bennett, but there's a lot more athleticism. There's a lot more top rope in use, high risk, high reward opportunities for Puma against Yamaguchi here. So we'll see, if Yamaguchi can lock in one of those ankle locks, can he eliminate the height advantage that Puma can get from soaring off those top ropes?
And his opponent.
Yeah, and Puma here, like you said, he's a bit of a high flyer, classic luchador style, and he's going to look to really, kind of use his opponent's momentum against him. He's big on reversals, big on, sort of physical momentum, things like that. See what kind of creativity we can see from both of these guys in this match. I think it'll be an interesting one.
And an interesting, sort of tail of the tape here, that 1 inch, 5 pounds separating these two, both, from outside of the U.S. here with us in Dallas. Yamaguchi coming in from Japan and Puma coming in from Mexico.
Yeah, and a nice chain wrestling start to kick us off here. Both these guys looking to get a little technical. It's an interesting choice by Puma to kind of lean into maybe Yamaguchi's wheelhouse a little bit. Wonder if he's going to regret that decision.
Yeah, a little bit different of a start in the second match than in our first. So he drives the foot there into the head of Puma. The technical side on both of these is going to be, more impressive than what we saw from Deuce Bennett, but the power of Bennett got him a win, so you can't really fault him there. But
Of
it's
course
just a
not.
different style of match for sure.
Yeah, and there goes Puma with that signature, reversal style, but looks like it backfired on him.
Goes for the big clothesline, yeah, and ends up dumped on the top rope there.
Big back body drop by Yamaguchi, and he's looking to control things early here.
And Puma tries to get back to his feet quickly, but Tomio staying in control. Big suplex there, tosses Puma nearly all the way across the ring and going for a quick cover, but it's not going to be quite enough this early on.
Big dragon screw takedown there. Let's see if Puma can get a little offense going here, maybe get a response. Nice neck breaker.
Goes for a couple of those forearms. Second one won't connect, but he catches a DDT instead from Yamaguchi, who's convinced he can get a cover early here. He hasn't got more than a 1 count, and I'm not sure he's going to with the amount of offense that he's laid in.
I'm wondering if that's maybe, I don't know if it's desperation just yet, but he's certainly looking to put it away early if he can. I guess I don't blame him if you want to get a win, why not try to get it quick? Nice blockbuster by Puma. What's he looking to do here? The cover of his own, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these two are, going for the sort of embarrassing pinfall here, or if this is somehow a mental game they're playing between each other, because they've both gone to that, and it's clearly not enough to work. But I don't know, maybe it's a way to get in each other's head.
It could be, yeah, or maybe it's tit for tat. You try an early pin on me, I'll try one on you, and yeah, like you said, maybe it's an embarrassment thing. Who knows? Wow, nice arm drag there. It's some good lucha things on display here tonight.
Yeah, great athleticism there, and again with the pin attempt, and we've yet to see more than a 1 count. Really wearing the ref out here. Nobody home for the drop kick. Big Superman punch from Yamaguchi, and he stays right on the attack this time. What will he do to capitalize on that blow, which landed solidly? But Puma catches the leg and is back on his feet. A lot of impact there on the elbow and wrist of Yamaguchi.
Going to the corner, it looks like. Let's see what he's got in mind. Oh, man. Another reversal on that jumping knee.
Big knee from Yamaguchi. The striking ability here on full display as he's landed some big shots there.
Yeah, I think Puma's got to watch himself here. He's gotten a couple of hits here and there, but this really feels like it's Yamaguchi's match to lose, and I don't know what he's thinking here, but I'd be a little worried if I were Puma. There's that ankle lock.
He's got the ankle lock locked in, and he's got him right where he wants him, middle of the ring. Wraps it up. He's got even more pressure on it. Can Puma get anywhere?
I think he's got a tap here. I mean, what's he gonna do?
He's got it locked in deep, and Puma taps out to Yamaguchi. That ankle lock puts him away. What a finish. The technical prowess we talked about as Yamaguchi gets Puma right where he wants him, dead center of the ring, nowhere to go, and really just controlled him at that point. There was no hope for Puma to get anywhere. The ropes were just too far away.
Yeah. Puma had no chance. I mean, that was like controlled all the way by Yamaguchi, and he's shown respect here, sportsmanship, because that was just really an impressive showing. I mean, he had no chance, and I think he knew it.
Yeah, Puma definitely knows he got caught in a move that he did not want to get caught in, and in a position he definitely did not want to get caught at. And the show of respect there, a nice moment. But Yamaguchi's going to be feeling pretty good about going out of this match with a win. get a little momentum on his side. And Puma, on the other hand, he's looking up from the bottom at 0-2, but he's shown some good things. It's early, it's not the start he wants, but there's still a lot of future left for him as well.
Yeah, and he's got to look to that future again. Like we talked about with Dead Piece, maybe finding a new angle. Watching some film. I don't know what exactly it's going to take, but he's got to find a way to rebound.
Yeah, and as we move right into our third match, we've got Sparkles versus the Crow, Eric Draven here.
Yeah, Draven had a great showing in the tournament. He, I talked a lot about being able to kill a dead man. And so I'm excited to see what we see from him. Sparkles, meanwhile, I think also didn't make the cut for the tournament, if I recall.
Sparkles was in the tournament. Yeah, he did
make the tournament. That's right.
Yeah, both of them had a first round exit. Yeah, again, another kind of prove it match here, a chance to see if one of these two can get a win under their belt and get some momentum on their side.
Yeah, and I mean, both these guys really looking to bounce back. I mean, if I'm picking favorites, I think I gotta go Draven here. Like I said, in that last showing we saw from him was great. He didn't come away with the win, but he left it all in the ring. I mean, he's all heart, and it was really shown there. I think he's got a lot to show and a lot to demonstrate, a lot to prove for us here.
For sure, yeah. We saw a lot of this in the tournament. Actually, the kind of maybe someone not coming away with a win, but showing that they can take a beating, can hang in a match, a lot of resilience, and I think that Draven and Sangres really stole the show. Night one, first round. It was the second match of the night, and we didn't really know what to expect. And those two really, threw in an all-timer on the second match of the SWA's history. And Sangres came out on top, but those two really had a good back and forth match that showed that they were both resilient and willing to do what it takes to get a win. Yeah,
I think like I said, I think he's got a lot to show for us here. But yeah, that match really was a showstopper, and to have it so early was a great treat. It set the bar really high for what we could see here in the SWA, and I think everyone's excited to see how Draven performs in his second match here.
Yeah, and for Sparkles, it was a loss to Kiho Sankari in the tournament. A striker that just kind of got the better of him. It was a relatively close match throughout. But there's a difference of style. There's a difference in size here. We're talking about a cruiserweight on the lower end of the scale, 5'11", 185 for Draven, and the 6'6", 236 Sparkles, the light heavyweight, and there's a 7-inch height difference we're talking about in 50 pounds. That's a pretty significant difference between these two.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that size plays out. I mean, we've seen a couple of large guys already tonight, but Sparkles in particular, I think, is one who's got some significant size, and it doesn't feel like it gets talked about in the same way as guys like Warren Wyndham and the Boulder Tupuola. But I mean, Sparkles is a big dude at 6'6", 236. That size and that strength can go a long way towards winning you a match.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top percentile of height, at least, in the SWA, and he's going to have to show that he can get in some offense here, because it could take a lot. Draven showed that he can really hang in there. He's one of the most resilient fighters we saw in night one, and he's ready to go right out of the gates.
Yeah, I mean, leading off that single leg drop kick, but Sparkle's not letting him be in control for too long.
Nice back and forth here as they both catch the leg on the ground, getting back to their feet, and look at the trading as Sparkles returns the favor once more.
Man, these guys are going to have no knees by the end of this match. My goodness.
They are all on top, and finally one lands for Draven.
Standing moonsault to kick us off. My goodness.
And there's how Draven can use that size to his advantage. A little bit more athleticism, a little bit more of the flippy shit TM that we saw from a lot of the SWA tournament. one of the hallmarks of the organization. And again with an early pinfall attempt, and nothing doing there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess some of these small guys just really believe in early pin attempts, but Draven looking to control things early here. I think this is smart. Just keep the pressure on, keep that pace going. Don't let Sparkles get too much of a beating going. But as I say that, Sparkles is definitely taking control here, slowing it down a bit.
And you know, who knows? We need to maybe talk to someone that's back in the locker room, talk to some of these superstars, and see, you know, maybe there's an internal kind of bet to see if someone can take down DDT's 54-second first match win.
That's true, yeah.
The SWA record-breaking match-ending submission that DDT locked in. You know, it's going to take a quick pinfall to be able to top that. Maybe that's what's going on here tonight.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, maybe there's some kind of bet going on. Maybe we've got a pool on who can do it. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Meanwhile, Sparkle's working the crowd a bit here.
Yeah, and Draven wisely rolling out from that ring under the bottom rope, getting outside, and he sort of capitalizes DDT on that to land that DDT.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a tepid response from the crowd to Sparkles, but Draven seems to get getting some of them going behind him here.
Looking for a big drop kick, and he's just shoved to the side there by Sparkles, who's now maybe back in control of this match.
I think Draven is just letting him slow it down too much. I think Draven really needs to try to speed things up a bit here. It's not the kind of match you want. Not the pace, not the feel that cruiserweight like Draven needs in this kind of setup.
Yeah, it really needs to up the pace, up the momentum. I mean, he's going to have to stay in control of the match for more than a few seconds to do that. But if he can do that, you know, he might have the stamina and the, a little bit more of the athleticism that Sparkles does, and can maybe go the distance that way.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where he's going to get him. I think using that athleticism, that stamina, that speed to his advantage is really the way to make him pay. But you gotta be quicker on the attack than this. He's just sort of taking his time.
Really just takes too long in the corner, and Sparkles sets him up on the middle rope and drives the right foot.
Yeah, that's I believe he calls that the Shattered Dreams.
Just right where you don't want to catch one there, but Draven is fighting back.
Nice
sunset flip power bomb there.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good. Good way to respond, but he's going to have to do more than that.
Nice clothesline there into a
big atomic drop.
And returns the favor a bit there to Sparkles, and then a nice drop kick puts him right down on the mat. Draven looking to turn the tables here a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like he's getting some momentum going. Big spear by Draven.
Spear from the little man takes down Sparkles right to the mat. And now going for the cover. Maybe should have went for it right away, but he's got a 2 count.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, this is looking good, but it's got to do more than that. Maybe it took too long to get to that cover.
Setting him up, and he lands that black mass, the back heel. Draven center of the ring, going for the cover. And he's got it.
There it is.
The Crow takes down Sparkles in our 3rd match of the night. That spinning heel kick right to the jaw of Sparkles just put him away.
And what a showing by both of these guys, really. I mean, this was a nice back-and-forth match. We saw them trading, the same blows several times. I think ultimately Draven just, kind of managed to get enough momentum to really solidify his position on top here.
Yeah, and we saw in the tournament his match against Songgrace that, he can stay in a match. He is resilient. And unfortunately for him, Songgrace was just right there with him, pound for pound the whole time. And Sparkles got in some offense here, but Draven, he doesn't really have a quit in him. He doesn't really have whatever that mentality is. He's here to win, and, you're going to have to pretty much kill him to get away with a win against him. And when he finally gets that offense in, it can be enough to put it away, and that's what we saw here tonight. That black mass really finished this one off.
Yeah, you can't kill a dead man. He's showing us that remains true tonight.
A nice win for Eric Draven, and Sparkles drops to 0-2 as we move into our fourth match of the night, our first ever tag team affair in SWA. The tag team debut of the Quinn brothers facing off against Corey Wolfhart and AJ Bauer.
Yeah, this is going to be Jamie and Noah Quinn, both of whom also had early exits to the tournament, going up against Balor and Wolfhart, who, they may not be an official tag team, but they seem to be kind of a piece in some ways. And they're going to be looking to their brother Corey for that moral support on the outside, maybe a little strategy. And he was someone who had a strong showing in the tournament, so maybe he can give them some good insight.
Yeah, and Wolfhart dropped a match to Benjamin Goldenberg, and Goldenberg had a pretty good run in the tournament. So it wasn't really a bad showing for Wolfhart. And, Balor, if you're a fan of AJ Bauer, there's a lot that you like to see out of him too as well. And, like you said, it's not these are not two that have worked together a ton. They definitely don't have the familiarity and the longevity of the Quinn brothers, who have obviously known each other their entire lives. But, they can still manage to work together well here, I think, if they get on the same page early.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about a question of chemistry, like you said. The Quinn brothers obviously haven't known each other a long time and been working together, but we'll see if Balor and Wolfhart can get on the same page, or if it's going to be struggles from early on.
And it's not necessarily all just perfect companionship between the Quinn brothers either, because one of the biggest storylines of that tournament was the first round draw of Jamie Quinn versus Corey Quinn. The two brothers had to face off, and sure, this is Jamie and Noah tonight tagged up, but Corey's right there with them, and who knows if there's even a tinge of bad blood between those two. I mean, they did have to go against each other, and in fact, some blood was drawn in that match. And we really saw Corey Quinn go to another level. And what do we see from Jamie and Noah here, who, came away with a loss in the tournament? One of them to their own brother, one of them to Domingo Cervantes, who had a deep run in the tournament. So, it'll be interesting to see how these two work together, how Corey either benefits or harms them on the side of the ring, as serving as a bit of a manager in this one, and if their tag team debut will be spoiled by Balor and Wolfhart.
Yeah, indeed. I think it's interesting to point out that specific sort of potential rift in the Quinn brothers. I mean, I would certainly hope that among wrestling family, one match would not mean that they're enemies now, but you never know. Everybody's competitive. They all want to be the best, and to be the man, you've got to beat the man. So we'll see how it holds up, but I think to start off here, they're looking to get themselves established in our nascent tag team division as the first tag team with a win.
Yeah, and I think tonight, we had an incredible tournament, and we had a lot of great action, and tonight has been a good we've had on display, all of the things that really kind of make the SWA unique. We've seen, power, we've seen athleticism, we've seen some technical, we've seen some submission, and now we're going to see some tag team action, the first official tag team match in SWA. And there's a little bit of history here. Whoever comes away with a win here is going to be the winners of the first tag team match in company history, and that's an important distinction.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing to think about. This is the first ever, and we're going to see a number of firsts in the coming weeks as we get things rolling here. But it is cool to think about this being sort of the chance for the first ever tag team win. And it doesn't have to be the tag team, official tag team that wins it. It could be these two guys who are a couple of good wrestlers who happen to be paired up tonight, and maybe that'll be the start of something bigger.
Yeah, it could be the log on the fire that sort of spawns them to a better tag team pairing. Maybe working together a lot more in the future. And, not to put too much on this match, but the first match in SWA history was between Dead Peace and Warren Windham. And Warren Windham won that match and went on to become the champion. And is that something we could see here tonight, the start of a potential future champion in maybe a future tag team division?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we'll have to see here. Meanwhile, here come the Quinn brothers, clad in their fancy blue pants.
Sporting some unique team attire, separate from their individual attire they featured in the tournament. But here they are, yeah. The brothers 3, the Quinn brothers.
Yep. And they're looking to show everybody what's up, sort of lay their claim to this tag team division early on.
A lot of energy already out of Noah and Corey, and Jamie kind of hanging back. It'll be interesting to see if that kind of style lends itself to the match as well, or if it's just a bit of a chameleon act here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen plenty of wrestlers who tend to sort of get serious and get focused right before game time, if you will. But the brothers as a whole here certainly know how to play to the crowd, get some hype, and hopefully use that to their advantage tonight.
Yeah, you can certainly tell the difference right between these two teams. You've got Wolfhart and Balor coming to the ring separate, and as some of our audience has pointed out, one guy comes in the spotlight and the other one comes in through the crowd. The distinct differences there in style, and these three already look like a unit, and obviously only 2 of them are going to be in this match, but that's the kind of cohesiveness you need to be a successful tag team. Do they have that same cohesiveness in the ring? We'll find out soon enough.
I think we will, yeah. And already we're seeing a size matchup difference here with Balor, who's a true cruiserweight. He's a smaller guy, but that doesn't mean he's as strong as we see with that nice big takedown right there.
Yeah, 5'6", 205 versus the much larger frame of Jamie Quinn at 6 foot 220. He's got 15 pounds and perhaps more importantly 6 inches of height on him. But also, there's all sorts of psychology that goes into a tag match, and what sort of choices went into Jamie Quinn starting this one off for the Quinn brothers and Balor starting this one off on the other side.
Well, I think he seemed like he was sort of in charge of the group. Maybe he seemed like he was in the middle, kind of watching everything else. Maybe he's in the leadership role, and that could be leading by example.
Yeah, and some good decision making by Jamie to get Balor over to their half of the ring, but Balor able to sort of reverse out of that as Noah comes in. Balor, wisely perhaps making a decision to go to Wolfhart, getting the new freshman in, being Wolfhart, who's staying in control of Noah here.
Yeah, and he's looking to get everybody pumped up. We've seen this in his last match too. I think Wolfhart really likes to feed off the crowd energy. With that big deadlift powerbomb, my goodness.
The strength on full display there for Corey Wolfhart.
But yeah, he's definitely the kind of guy who likes to feed off the energy of the people in the room, and I think we will see him play the crowd a bunch. Hopefully it doesn't distract him from the actual task at hand, which is winning a wrestling match.
And really just showing the strength with 2 deadlift power bombs in a row there on Noah Quinn, who really hasn't gotten off of his back since he's entered the ring. As he gets it to his feet immediately and making the decision perhaps to try to go tag in his brother. Perhaps a wise decision after the beating he was taking there for a bit. Get the hot man back in.
Yeah, let Jamie go to work, see if he can get something going like he had against AJ Balor. This is a much bigger opponent, but Jamie looked to be on the right foot there. I mean, maybe not so much against Wolfhart, but
yeah, he might have had a much better matchup against Balor if they'd have stayed in control there. Might have been better for him. Perhaps less inclined to go mess with the strength of Corey Wolfhart. But they need to get something going here and get back in control of this match if they're going to come away with a victory.
A bit more tit for tat here as we see some trading spots. These guys can't seem to land a clothesline in the turnbuckle, and yet they keep trying. But thinking about the questions of tag team synergy. Nice sunset flip powerbomb there by Jamie. We've seen the Quinn brothers, make a couple of tags already. We've seen one by Balor and Wolfhart. Balor specifically making the tag. I'm wondering if that's going to come into play. Keeping each other fresh. Making sure that you always have more energy than your opponent. Maybe trying to even cut off the ring, as we've seen. Quinn keeps going back to that corner.
Yeah, a little 2-on-1 action there. You definitely want to cut the ring in half, utilize your side, stay next to your teammate here as Quinn's fighting out of this hold by Balor. And you want to keep the fresher man in these matches when you can. And that's what Quinn's trying to do here, but now Balor fighting out of that hold.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys looking to sort of move the opponent, assert their will, but I gotta say I'm impressed by Balor getting this fireman's carry going with a guy who's much bigger, although I suppose not too much heavier. It's impressive, but he can't seem to do much with it. It seems to take all of it out of him. Nice running bulldog there after the clothesline in the corner, and looking to cut off Balor from making a tag there.
And Jamie finally lands that clothesline and transitions right into that bulldog. Could have been what he was looking for all along, as he now seems to be sizing up Balor in the corner.
We got a big spear there
Delivers
from
a
Jamie
spear,
Quinn.
Yeah, center of the ring, right where you need him. See if Quinn goes to do anything with it and doesn't. And Balor, in fact, counters his way back to his feet.
I would look to tag here if I were Balor. It's a smart move. Gotta get out of the ring, get a rest on.
Wise decision as he holds the head of Jamie Quinn, catching that boot from Wolfhart. And now Wolfhart maybe looking to return the favor with a spear, but Quinn,
man,
over the top.
Just leapfrogs him. Oh, my goodness.
He's got the leg. Balor in the ring.
Going for that figure four, and Balor misses the drop kick to break up the hold.
And Balor
gets the second
stays
one
in and breaks it up. Ref was down looking for that tap. Balor gets away with it. And, Quinn had that hold locked in and right where you want him. That can be the trouble with a tag match, too, that he, if your partner's paying attention, he can really kind of save you in a situation like that.
Yeah, I mean, Balor got lucky there because he whiffed on his first attempt, but that really did pay off. Having a teammate rather who is paying attention and actively involved in protecting you. Because I don't know if Wolfhart would have been able to get out there if he hadn't been saved by the Balor, as it were.
Doing a nice counter by Quinn to get back in the ring against Balor here, but it's too locked up, and Balor comes out on top of that.
Standing Spanish fly from Balor, my goodness. It's incredible athleticism.
Jamie Quinn trying to crawl to his brother, counters out of that move, and wisely, I think, going for a tag here. Noah Quinn hasn't been in a while. And he seems ready to go as Balor trying to struggle to his feet. And we've got to see more from Noah Quinn here, who didn't get in any offense when he was in the ring last time.
Off to a bad start here again, eating a nice big DDT.
Yeah.
Balor looking to go up top, maybe? What's he going to do here?
Balor going up top indeed.
Wow. With an 054 splash, that inverted 450.
He's got Noah right where he wants him. And Noah gets out at 2. Wolfhart wisely stopping Jamie Quinn from breaking that one up.
Wow.
Noah may be out on his own here, but barely gets out of that, about a 2.5 count.
Nice snap suplex. He looks like he's got some fire lit under him now. Maybe getting that close to getting pinned by these guys who aren't even a real tag team has set Noah off here.
Goes for the cover, and he's got him.
And there it is.
Paying attention to the crowd, and Noah Quinn with a surprise pinfall on Balor.
And I think maybe that's exactly what we were talking about, right? That partner that's paying attention, that's actively involved in the match, even on the apron. Wolfhart's too busy working the crowd, trying to get one over on the marks, and he's not paying attention to the match.
Yeah, and I think he really sort of maybe disrespectfully counted out that pinfall attempt. And, Noah Quinn, who we didn't see a lot of out of that match, comes away with a pinfall over Balor, who, Balor was in the match for a long time. He took a lot of damage there, and clearly it caught up to him finally.
Here are your winners, James Quinn.
And really, Noah Quinn, it looked like he was done for. He got out of that pinfall attempt at the last second and then comes away with one of his own. A surprising victory, the way the match was looking there for him, but a big win. First win in the tag division for the Quinn brothers.
Yeah, and I think it's only right that it goes to a real deal tag team because if it had been these two random guys, I don't know how the other tag team wrestlers would have felt about that.
Yeah, but a good showing from Wolfhart and Bauer. I wouldn't count them out working together in the future. I mean,
Definitely.
it looked like they were in control of that early on, but came away with a victory there for Noah Quinn and the Quinn brothers. And got to be happy if you're all three of those moving forward in the tag division.
Yeah, it's a good start to your tenure in the tag division, and now they'll be hoping that they can find some competition to maybe justify a title they can wear around their waists.
Yeah, for sure. As we go to our final three matches of the night with 4 down, 3 to go, we've got a Flynn Turner Simmons FTS facing off against Lucian Bedeau. Two folks who got a win in the tournament and then lost in the second round. For Flynn Turner Simmons, it was a win against the beast Calvin Abueva. He won a big size disadvantage that he had, came away victorious anyway, and then lost to the Ace, who was one of our finalists in the tournament. So a pretty good showing from FTS in only 2 matches in that tournament. And for Bedeau, he sort of ran into the Benjamin Goldenberg, who had a pretty good run in the tournament as well, and had a bit of a surprising victory against Malveaux in the first round, who counted him out a little bit, and Bedeau sort of came away victorious in that one. But the Florida native FTS facing off against all the way from Paris, France, Lucien Bedeau.
Yeah, I think you outlined that well. I think Simmons looked real good. FTS had a good performance in the tournament. Even only making it to the second round, he looked like he's got a bright star and a bright future ahead of him. Bedeau, meanwhile, is an interesting one because I think he did look good in that match against Malveaux. I think they matched up pretty well. But at the end of it, it seemed like you said, Malveaux just sort of discounted. So I think that really, I want to see more here from Bedeau. He ran up against the Ace, who was a really strong competitor and really, dominated the competition. So you can't blame him for losing to a great worker like that. But I think I want to see more from Bedeau here to prove that win in the first round wasn't just a fluke. Because I think some people have some question marks around the legitimacy of that win, or did Malveaux just kind of give it away?
Yeah, and between these two, we're talking about technically a difference in weight class here. We've got a cruiserweight in Bedeau versus a light heavyweight in Simmons, but we're only talking about a couple of inches, 15 pounds. Pretty close matchup. Simmons, though, perhaps utilizing the high risk, high reward shooting star press, something he might be looking for. Whereas Bedeau, it's sort of a last shot or even a sharpshooter he's been known to employ as well. A little technical submission offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bedeau's a little bit more of a striker at times. Simmons, does like to go up top. He's, again, more high impact. Be that, be that him onto you or maybe you onto the mat. But we'll see how it plays out here.
Definitely a showdown between two brightly adorned superstars. We've got the, I don't know, Frank, I don't know how else you describe it besides the kind of highlighter yellow versus the, full suite of highlighter green, purple, and orange here.
Yeah, it's like a carton of sherbet ice cream or something crazy. Looking pretty even to start off here. It's a nice even matchup to get things going.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth now. Bedeau getting some hits laid in. See if Simmons can turn this around or if Lucien can just stay in control here.
Single leg Boston Crab is an interesting choice early. Maybe trying to slow it down a bit, but works himself out of it.
Bedeau tries to crawl to the ring there and then just kicks himself out of it. Nice strength by him as well.
Nice judo takedown by Flynn Turner Simmons, but Bedeau again right back to a headlock and now working the arm. There's that technical offense we talked about.
He's got him in a great position here. I don't know if he's done enough to the arm yet, and sure enough, Simmons is able to roll out of it. But both men already looking for submission attempts. Could we see a submission victory here instead of a pinfall?
It's possible, but these arm drags, man, you never know where they're going to come from. A lot of tilt-a-whirl action
Chip up
going
there,
on.
yeah, from Simmons and right into some athletic offense for sure.
Yeah, that was a nice head scissor takedown. But again, he can't keep control here. Neither of these guys letting each other run things for too long, and that could spell a really interesting match the longer this goes on.
Some back and forth action there. A couple of drop kicks missed. And off the ropes goes Simmons. Bedeau with a drop kick down to the knee.
Yeah, basement drop kick is not fun. I tell you what, all your momentum takes you over your head, and then you're ass over tea kettle before you know it.
And Bedeau focusing a bit on the legs there, but now going again for an arm submission. I don't know if he's trying to weaken every part of him, but hasn't exactly been consistent yet. May need to focus on one area if he's going to get Simmons to tap out here.
Yeah, I suppose it's not a bad strategy to sort of weaken your opponent all over, but I would agree. I think efficiency is the name of the game here, and if you can focus on one part and then lock in that, that sharpshooter or what have you, that's really going to pay off a lot quicker. It's going to take you less time to sort of wear him down than if you wear down every part of him one at a time.
Yeah, you might expect to see a little bit more focus on the lower back, on the legs of Simmons if he's going to lock in.
Oh, man. Big jumping kick there. And looks like it's going up top.
Yeah,
what are we going to see here?
Exactly like we expected.
Big leg drop from Simmons there. And another leg drop
as well. Simmons getting in some aerial offense here. And off the ropes goes Bedeau.
Slowed it down a bit, and it seems to have paid off, giving Bedeau a chance to get back in this with a nice chop across the chest. Oh my goodness, what a response by Simmons.
A couple of traded chops there for sure, and a big discus punch there from Bedeau. Takes down Simmons.
And a strong DDT.
And now going for a cover. Is that enough to put away FTS? No, it's not. 2 count.
Not going to be enough. Oh. But what a response! I like the fire I saw in that combo. Was good. And another low kick. Ooh. And there's the last shot from Bedeau. That could be it.
That might put away Simmons here. Could be a victory for Lucien Bedeau. 1, 2, and kicked out. Last half second. What an effort by Simmons.
Bedeau's a little angry at the ref there, yelling at the ref for not counting fast enough. Simmons has got to get something going here if he wants to stay in this one.
Simmons might have just got out of Bedeau's best. That's got to be frustrating for Lucien for sure.
Going up top again. Is he going to break out that moonsault? Or shooting star, sorry. There it is.
Sure enough. Lands it clean on Bedeau. And now will he go for a cover? Yes, he will. 2, and Bedeau is done. Simmons kicked out of that offense by Bedeau and lands that shooting star press and gets himself a victory. What a turnaround for FTS there at the end of that match.
Yeah, he, like you said, he weathered the best from Bedeau and just showed why he was the better man. I think that was an impressive showing by both men, I got to say, and I appreciate the respect they're showing one another. It was a great showing and a couple of great competitors who really were evenly matched. I think Simmons just came out on top.
Yeah, hard-fought match for both of these two, and a good showing for both. But it's Simmons who's going to be moving on with the win, and Bedeau is going to be kicking himself that last shot wasn't enough to put away FTS.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you've given him your best. What else can you do? But I think one thing we didn't appreciate there at the time was that shooting star press, FTS actually had to get quite a bit of the rotation to make sure he landed squarely on Bedeau, and that's an impressive athletic feat. Something to watch going forward from Flynn Turner Simmons.
Yeah, really hit it clean and from a pretty good distance away from that top turnbuckle as well. Got a lot of elevation on that, and the athleticism was on full display from FTS there.
Speaking of athleticism, we got the ace up here against Benjamin Goldenberg. These two had fantastic showings in the tournament. Really excited to see what we get to see here tonight. Both of these guys are incredible.
Yeah, and talk about a clash of styles here too. As Benjamin Goldenberg, the 285-pound heavyweight out of Canada, it's all power offense. It's the tombstone, the jackhammer. That's the kind of stuff he was employing to get victories in the tournament. And for the ace, it was a lot different style than that. 208 pounds. He's coming in just barely above the mark for cruiserweight in that light heavyweight division. And the Houston, Texas native has his work cut out for him as he's given up about 7 inches and 60-plus pounds here to Goldenberg.
Yeah, there's a definite size disadvantage for the ace, but I don't think that means we should count him out because we saw him get some wins over folks where he had a significant size disadvantage in the tournament. I think the ace showed us that he can take on all comers, and so did Goldenberg. I'm really excited to see what we have in store in this match. I mean, both of these guys are fantastic.
Yeah, and for Goldenberg, it was a 2-1 showing in the tournament. He got a win against Lucien Bedeau, who we just saw in the last match, and Corey Wolfhart, who we saw in the tag match earlier, and eventually fell to Triple G, Gorgeous Garrison Gray, in a pretty good match between the two of them. For the ace, he actually secured 3 victories in the tournament. He was in the final 4. And he took down some good competitors. He took down FTS, who we just saw get a victory over Bedeau. He took down Corey Quinn and Aloysius S.E.A.T.S. And really, where he ran into a wall was Warren Windham. His only loss was to the eventual champion. And that's a pretty good showing for the ace. I mean, it's almost as good as you can ask for without coming away with the gold. And he'll be looking for his 4th win here tonight against Goldenberg.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think you can't complain with losing to the champion, especially when you got that many wins under your belt. He had a great showing, and he's looking to build on that here tonight.
His opponent from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 208 pounds, Ace.
And yeah, for Ace, it's the Event Horizon. That's the move that he used to secure some of those victories in the tournament. It's not the power of the pile driver or jackhammer that we might see from Goldenberg, but if he lands that could be the end of Goldenberg in this one.
Yeah, I mean, that Event Horizon is something you got to watch out for. I mean, he's just brutal. He's going to get you. He's also got a diving codebreaker, which he loves to do from the top rope, which, I mean, it just puts a lot of force right on your face, and it'll rearrange it if you're not careful.
Should be a fun one. A couple of people that, project to be top of the card, title contenders perhaps, looking to make a run at Wyndham's Gold. They had good showings in the tournament. Who will come out victorious tonight? It could be Goldenberg moving to 3-1 or the ace moving to 4-1. I can assure you that neither one of them want to be staring at their second loss after tonight.
Yeah, but at the end of it all, I think somebody's going to be staring up at the lights, and we'll just have to see who it is. Goldenberg coming out strong.
Goldenberg not wasting any time at all, delivering that clothesline to the ace, and the ace is going to have to get out of the way of offense like that for sure.
I think it'll be a question of if he can weather the storm, because I don't think he's going to be able to control the match entirely with someone like Goldenberg staring at him across the ring. But the question is, can he weather the storm when those times come? Nice little tilt-a-whirl reverse DDT, something we haven't seen much of in this Fed here, but a pretty move from the ace.
And a big clothesline takes the ace right outside of the ring.
Yeah, that was quite a fall. He went a long way, and he seems to be hurting from it.
And the flex there from Goldenberg, daring Ace to get back in the ring. He's going to do just that and deliver a quick jab of his own, and now some kicks to the back of the leg of Goldenberg. Ace trying to get some momentum back on his side.
Oh, big super kick right there to the face.
Drives Goldenberg to a knee. Didn't take him off his feet entirely, but yeah, landed that one clean for sure.
Certainly looking to control things here, which is probably ideal for the ace. Keep the pace how he likes it. Keep Goldenberg on the back foot, preventing him from getting in some of that power offense. But
ducked under the clothesline that time, but then Goldenberg just catches the ace and slams him down. It's only going to get a 1 count there, but Goldenberg looking strong already.
You got to believe in the power game, though. Goldenberg does. I don't think this is going to be all the ace, and I think Goldenberg is going to show us here why he's also a force to be reckoned with in the SWA.
And for Goldenberg here, as he goes for a cover, he's probably going to look to get out of here quickly. You don't want to mess around too long, give someone like the ace a bunch of opportunities to get back in a match. He wants to employ that offense and get out of here in a hurry. And, the ace is going to, like you said, he's going to have to hang in there. It's going to be a war of attrition here. Can he hang on? Can he find a spot to get his offense in and really put him away?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, Goldenberg being big, strong guy like he is, I think he wants to, work a squash match if he can. He'd love to squash all his opponents. The ace, meanwhile, he's not afraid to go for a long time. He's got the endurance.
Returning the favor to Goldenberg there, taking him all the way out of the ring, but now Goldenberg with the sidewalk slam out on those. There is padding out there, but it's not the padding of the inside of the ring. That's a hard surface on the outside of the ring for sure.
It is indeed. He's going to be feeling it. Now going to work again on the back. Nice belly-to-belly suplex, and Goldberg looking to really take control here.
That punch lands clean and up to the shoulders. Once more off the top rope for the ace, and he's really reeling here from the offense of Goldenberg.
Yeah, he seems to really favor that top rope stinger. I mean, I wonder if it's a matter of knocking the wind out of him, maybe. See if he can take some of that endurance away from the ace, wear him down quicker, get out of here with the win.
Ace able to easily get out of that pinfall, but not easily get back to his feet until just now. But he's caught right in the grasp of Goldenberg once more, who might be a little bit winded himself, and that's what you're worried about if you're a Goldenberg fan here. Can the ace hang on until Goldenberg kind of punches himself out of this one? And he's got an ankle lock locked in. This is a maneuver that put away El Puma earlier from Yamaguchi. Now Goldenberg probably not quite the technician, not the prowess that Yamaguchi has, but interesting style there from Goldenberg. And I think a mistake from the ace not capitalizing on that opportunity, and Goldenberg back to his feet, delivers a nice slam, but you can see the labored movement of the ace. He delivers a punch there and drops to a knee as already the offense of Goldenberg is really taking something out of him.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, the ace is no slouch, but you got to capitalize when you got a chance, and he didn't there, and I wonder if he's going to pay for it. He's already very worn down, as you said, and though he's in control, it's going to take a lot to get Goldenberg also worn down, and so you got to wonder if he missed his shot there. And this is a drop kick to the corner, and now Goldenberg maybe looking to get something going, but ace back in control.
And we are a week removed from that tournament, but ace did feature in one extra match than Goldenberg as well. Could that be a factor in the energy, the stamina issue that ace may be having here?
Oh, sure. I mean, any one of these matches takes a lot out of you, but having several so close together. Oh my goodness, with the catch on that spinning heel kick.
And what a
Goldenberg.
Showing. Ace refusing to be tossed up by Goldenberg, but Goldenberg then just catching that kick, and a little bit of strength shown both ways there.
Yeah, that's impressive on both accounts. What I was saying a minute ago, that any one of these matches will take it out of you, but really, having so many, it's just gonna fatigue you.
Big power bomb though on the ace, and could that be it?
It could be, but I think Goldenberg wants more.
Wants more. He definitely wants more, and we saw this from him in the tournament. It helped him get a victory as he's setting him up for that pile driver. Directly on the top of the head of the ace, and is he done with him? Or is he just positioning better? Yes, he goes for the pinfall.
Smart move to drag him away from the ropes.
2 and 3, and a big victory from Goldenberg. We've seen a lot tonight, people going for the early pinfall, going for constant pinfalls, and Goldenberg has been the opposite of that on multiple occasions here. He lays in that powerbomb and immediately goes to look for that pile driver, and that may be one of the better decisions we've seen all night.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. Oh, and no, now we got a beat down.
Goldenberg hasn't had enough of the ace yet. The ace making his way to the back, and Goldenberg slams him into the stairs. The ace just trying to go home, and Goldenberg didn't have enough.
Speaking of fatigue and being worn down, I mean, how's the ace going to be feeling tonight? My goodness. We need some help getting to the back.
I do believe these two are not going to be best of friends after that one. I'm not sure what caused Goldenberg to snap there, but he was not happy with the ace, and those two, I don't know, may not be the last we see of those two after the way that one ended.
Meanwhile, we're moving on here to our final match on the card, our main event tonight, the first of several upcoming qualifier matches for our Path to Glory match coming in a few weeks at our first pay-per-view countdown. We'll see Yasuke Bozeman up against the Machine, and the winner of this match will go on to qualify, take one of the spots in that Path to Glory match. And we'll talk more about that match later on, but the winner of that match will get a very, very special prize. Stay tuned for more information on that.
And definitely our big main event, the first of those qualifier matches. We'll see more of those as we progress our way to our first ever pay-per-view countdown, which will be coming up in a few weeks. And we're definitely looking at these two as perhaps making a showing here to get on that path to glory. Bozeman secured a victory in the tournament. He was 1-1 with a win over Art Vandelay and an eventual loss to Corey Quinn. And for the Machine, he came out of the tournament 0-1, but one of the more interesting showings that we saw out of anybody, his loss was to Boulder, and Tupuola was one of the finalists who eventually lost to Wyndham in that final round of the tournament in a bid for the championship. But for Machine, he was one punch away from really finishing that match off, and Boulder got underneath it, and really, a lot of people seem to think that if that punch would have landed, that Machine takedown would have landed, that it really would have put away the Boulder, and maybe we could have been seeing the Machine making that run to the finals and perhaps even taking down Wyndham.
Yeah, I really think, the way that match was going, it was all Machine for a while. He cocked up that right hand and was ready to deliver the final blow, and Tupuola just managed to avoid it. I mean, all the credit to him, but the Machine definitely feels like he was cheated out of a deep run in the tournament, and I think he's looking to make a statement here early on.
Yeah, and he is all business and will be looking to employ that Machine takedown, a hammer fist. He is a striker, born and bred, and he's the tallest man in the SWA, 6'11" and 275 pounds. The length advantage here for the Machine is extraordinary, and when you're talking about someone that's a striker first, that devastating right hand, that's a significant advantage that he's going to be looking to employ for sure against Bozeman here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's he's a big boy, and he's looking to bring some big pain, and I don't think there's much more to say than that. I mean, he's ready to go. You can see he just came straight to the ring, and he's not messing around.
And it's main event action. It's Yasuke Bozeman and the Machine. Chance to get themselves into a match that can put them on the path to glory. And one of these two will be feeling pretty good about themselves after this one. Big headbutt from the Machine.
What a headbutt. My goodness. His head must weigh almost as much as Yasuke Bozeman.
Yeah, and that head's traveling about 10 inches there just to get down to Bozeman on his level. It's a high impact from the start.
Early on, we've seen some back and forth action. Both these guys coming out aggressive, early looking to assert dominance, and no one really been able to secure it yet.
Bozeman kicks out of that single leg Boston Crab and takes the Machine all the way down to the ground. So some strength of his own on display there.
Looks like Bozeman may be looking to leverage the speed of his strikes here. You know, the Machine is a strong man, but he moves a little bit slower, and I think that may be working to Bozeman's advantage if he can get it going here. But then again, maybe he takes too long and gives the Machine another opening. Big snap suplex on a very large wrestler. My goodness.
Machine rolls to the outside and looked to be coming back, but Bozeman was quicker out to the outside for him, but the Machine takes control, slamming his head off that apron. Looking for a big chop there, and Bozeman catches it.
Misses the super kick, though, and eats a punch.
Machine wisely using the ropes to his advantage as he comes back in.
I'm going to work on that head, maybe set him up to be a little more worn down before he delivers that knockout blow.
Could be the strategy there as Bozeman rolls himself to the ropes. Machine daring him to get back to his feet. Goes for a punch there, and Bozeman lands one of his own, catching the Machine.
I'm impressed. You know, Bozeman has not looked afraid of that dangerous right hand from the Machine, despite, you know, the reputation it carries, and he's had control for quite a bit of this match so far.
Yeah, and Bozeman locks in a headlock of his own, you know, sort of trading moves here as a Machine finally gets out of it.
Again, leveraging those ropes.
Off the top rope and from a high elevation there.
Yeah, and like we talked about, you know, that's going to knock the wind out of you, really beat down on your chest, and that can sort of slow you down as the match goes on. You lose your breath, you can't breathe, and you can't recover as well. Big clothesline.
And for the Machine, there's a big right hand to the top of the head of Bozeman. It's been a lot of attempted strikes, attempted maneuvers, but he's really got to lay those things in quicker. Bozeman's quickness and agility on display as he's, you know, able to employ some offense before Machine can really get to it.
Not only that, but it looks like maybe Bozeman watched some tape because he's really anticipated a lot of things very well. I'm impressed by his you know, study. He seems like he knows what he's doing, knows what he's looking for. But right now he's staring at a lot of mat. He needs to get up and get things going again.
Lands a nice hit there, but the Machine, just the size of the Machine, kind of shrugs that kick off. Stays on his feet. Oh!
Big DDT from a big boy.
Running DDT as well. Got some elevation on that one before driving Bozeman's head into the mat.
And he used all that weight of his body to, you know, create some downward force and really drive his head into the mat.
And Bozeman lands that kick, now looking to stay in control here. He's got Machine on the mat and might ought to keep him there.
Yeah, I certainly think, you know, cutting down that size difference would go a long way towards helping him win this match. But, you know, Bozeman's got to take what's working for him, and lately it's been reversals, getting control back in his favor.
Now the Machine sends him over the top rope, and a big right hand sends him all the way down to the outside. Size of the Machine stepping over the top rope to go get Bozeman himself.
See where he's going to take him this time. Back to the apron, it looks like. Oh, maybe the steps.
Got the steel steps face first for Bozeman.
Again, Bozeman looking for a suplex on this really large man. I got to respect the boldness of that, I guess, but it didn't work out for him.
Once again, the strike from the Machine just too slow to make contact. And Bozeman able to capitalize a bit, but now Machine gets him in that Irish whip, sends him to the corner. But some labored movement from the Machine right here. Stamina could be an issue.
I wonder if frustration is an issue as well, you know, because like we said, he's this strong striker, and Bozeman, yet again, super kick, he's working the crowd. Machine just can't get anything going here. I'm wondering if frustration is starting to set in for him.
Clothesline takes him down. Bozeman looking for the cover. Does he have enough? No, he's got two, though.
That's an interesting point of data there. I mean, the Machine's really looking worn down, and getting a 2 count off of a pretty straight ahead, strike like a clothesline is worrisome to say the least. Missing another clothesline.
Oh.
Pop-up Meteora by Bozeman, but he's also looking winded. Man, this one is taking it out of both of them.
He's really having to employ all he's got to take down the 6'11" frame of the Machine, but the Machine hasn't really got in much of his own offense, and that could be why Bozeman is still doing okay here in this match.
It could be. It could be indeed. I mean, he's really taken the Machine for a ride, and the Machine's gotten, his fair share of licks in, but hasn't been the signature stuff that I think he was hoping to bring to this bout that really would, like you said, set him on that path to glory. Both of these guys, remember, fighting for a really big prize, a shot at something huge and really game-changing. So there's a lot on the line here for both of these men.
A nice catch there from Bozeman, whips down the Machine. Really needs to stay in control of this match, and he has for the most part all night.
Again, looking to the crowd, maybe, trying to motivate himself, get that extra something. Big spike DDT.
Right on
Machine
the top
just
of
looks out.
Machine. He's got him center of the ring. Is that it for the Machine? No, he kicks out 2.5. Machine lives to fight another day, but Bozeman is just waiting on him now.
I feel like this has got to be it. Let's see what he's got here.
Up and down. He's got it locked in center ring.
See
The
if he's
Machine
gonna tap.
get out of that.
That's a lot of neck to be wrapping around, but I mean, it looks locked into me.
The Machine
And there it
taps
is.
out. He taps out to Bozeman. Yes,
Gareth
K.
Bozeman
Bozeman.
there got him with that Kirifuda driver, and it was game over.
Right
My
into that
goodness.
submission attempt, and man, puts away the Machine. What a showing from Bozeman. He controlled that one wire to wire, and he set himself on the path to glory.
He sure did, and that's an exciting way to kick things off in our Path to Glory qualifier match.
And what a main
like we
event
said,
showing from Yasuke there.
yeah, an incredible showing. He came out, probably was considered the underdog against someone like the Machine, who is just a monster. But he really showed why he deserved to be on the path to glory, and he did all he could to control that match, and it paid off for him.
And that Kirifuda driver right into that, sort of modified rear naked choke. He's got the Machine. Can't even hardly wrap all the way around him, but it was enough, and there you see it once more. The Machine taps out. The circulation and air to the head cut off by Bozeman, and what a big win for Yasuke.
Yeah, that's got to be a heck of a way to kick things off on your weekly TV career. I think he's probably happy with that, closing the show with a big win.
And the
He's very
Machine
proud.
falls to 0-2 and is yet to land that Machine takedown. The feared right hand of the Machine, if he can't get it in, it can't really finish a match for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of when, I think, not if, but it's got to be frustrating for him. We'll have to see if he can change his approach in future matches, maybe see what he can do differently to get that landed and really end a match.
Yeah, and that match right there was our main event. It concludes our episode 1 of SWA, our weekly shows, following our inaugural tournament, and a great night all around. We had 7 really, great matches, wire to wire. Some good showing tonight. We're coming at you in 2 nights, Friday at 9 p.m. Central, May 7th, for episode 2, where we'll see Art Vandelay versus Captain Tiger Marsh. We'll have Diego Mercer, who we saw tonight, come out either to attack Bennett or to defend Dead Beast. Not sure. He'll face off with El Sangres. We got the Beast Calvin Abueva going up against Aloysius S. Yates. Triple G taking on Gonzo McLovin. And Kiho Sakari versus the Island God Savea in another Path to Glory qualifier match. And next week, on Friday, our main event will be Domingo Cervantes taking on Corey Quinn. We saw Quinn here tonight as he watched his brothers win the first ever SWA tag team match. He'll be looking for a main event win against Cervantes, who had a deep run in that inaugural tournament. And rumor has it that much like tonight, there could be an extra match announced for that card. Currently only 6, but we ran 7 tonight, and could be seeing 7 Friday. So hopefully you'll come out and join us. Check out some more of the action. We had some great ones tonight. Which match did you favor tonight on episode 1?
I don't know. They were all a lot of fun. I think my favorite probably has to be. I think Flynn Turner Simmons showed me something really exciting there. He continued that sort of unstoppable energy that he showed us in the first match, or the first run in the tournament, and then tonight in this match. He showed that he had a little something. I think we've got a lot of exciting things to see from him going forward.
Yeah, it's always fun to see a first. We saw our first tag team match and victory for the Quinn brothers. And really, after a tournament that had a lot of people of the quote sub gang a little disappointed and wary of what the future was going to hold for them, a good showing for the technical submission artists tonight. Yamaguchi comes away with a submission victory in our first match, and in our main event, Yasuke Bozeman comes away with a submission victory as well. So the submission game alive and well, and on full display here tonight in episode 1, and we'll see if that continues on episode 2 as well. We hope you'll come out and join us in a couple of nights' time, and thanks for coming out tonight. That'll do it.